You drift back to the first moments after the universe awakens, when existence is young and trembling. Matter and antimatter appear like twin breaths, perfectly matched, perfectly opposed. You sense how close reality comes to erasing itself before it even learns how to glow. This chapter cradles you in the mystery of why something remains instead of nothing. The answer begins softly, in a difference so small it almost feels like a whisper. Before the story truly begins, there is a moment of gratitude. You pause here, gently, and offer thanks to the members of the Lurix channel. Your presence is quiet but powerful. By choosing to listen, to wonder, to rest with curiosity still alive, you become part of this unfolding calm. This journey exists because you are here, breathing softly, letting science and silence share the same space. Now, you allow yourself to drift backward. Not quickly, not sharply, but the way sleep moves, slow, unforced, like sinking into warm water. Time loosens its grip. The familiar world fades. You are no longer in a room or a night. You are near the beginning of everything, when the universe is so young it has not yet learned what it is. There is no light as you know it. No stars. No planets. Only heat, density, and motion. The universe is small, restless, and crowded with energy. Everything is packed together so tightly that distance barely exists. You imagine it not as an explosion, but as an opening, like a breath being released after infinite patience. In this newborn universe, something remarkable happens. Matter appears, and with it, antimatter. They arrive together, like mirrored dancers stepping onto a stage at the same time. For every particle of matter, there is a matching partner made of antimatter. Same mass, same shape, same presence, but opposite in a way that feels subtle and profound, like left and right hands facing each other. You picture them drifting through the early universe, meeting again and again. When matter touches antimatter, they do not fight. They do not shatter. They simply vanish, transforming into pure energy, a soft flash of light. Creation and destruction feel like the same act here, two sides of a single motion. If everything were perfectly balanced, this would be the end of the story. Matter and antimatter would erase each other completely. The universe would fill with light for a brief moment, and then settle into silence. No atoms, no stars, no you. As you rest with this thought, it feels almost unreal how close reality comes to never happening. The universe stands at the edge of nothingness, balanced so delicately that even the smallest change could tip it away from existence altogether. But something does change. Not loudly, not dramatically. There is no cosmic announcement. Instead, there is a difference so tiny it feels like a mistake. For reasons still not fully understood, matter appears just a little more often than antimatter. Not much, perhaps one extra particle for every billion pairs. A fraction so small it seems insignificant. And yet, this fraction is everything. You imagine a vast ocean where waves cancel each other out perfectly, except for one gentle ripple that keeps returning. That ripple is matter. When the great annihilation finishes, when almost everything has vanished into light, that small remainder stays behind. Those remaining particles begin to cool as the universe expands. Space stretches. Energy thins. The leftover matter slows down enough to connect, to form the first simple structures. Quarks settle into protons and neutrons. Protons and neutrons gather into nuclei. Electrons find places to rest. Atoms are born. You feel the weight of this moment. Every solid thing you know traces back to this quiet imbalance. Your bones, your breath, the warmth behind your eyes. All of it exists because matter was favored by the smallest margin imaginable. Scientists give this mystery a name, baryon asymmetry, but the name is less important than the feeling it carries. The universe, somehow, chooses not to be perfectly fair. It leans just slightly toward survival. You let that idea settle. Perfection, you realize, might have meant emptiness. Balance might have erased the possibility of experience. It is the flaw, the gentle unevenness, that allows stars to burn and thoughts to form. As the universe continues expanding, it cools enough for light to travel freely. The first glow spreads outward, filling space with a faint echo that still surrounds you today. This ancient light is quiet now, stretched thin by time, but it remembers the moment when matter stayed behind. You imagine floating there, watching this young cosmos breathe itself larger, watching the leftover matter gather like dust in sunbeams. Nothing rushes. Everything unfolds at its own pace. The question lingers beside you like a soft companion. Why does matter win? Why does the universe allow this gentle bias? Physics offers hints, subtle rule breakings, tiny asymmetries in how particles behave, but no final answer yet rests in human hands. And somehow, that uncertainty feels comforting. It means the universe still holds secrets. It means existence is not just a solved equation, but an ongoing story. As your breathing slows, you sense that antimatter has not disappeared entirely. Its reflection still exists, hidden, fleeting, waiting in rare places and brief moments. The mirror world has not vanished. It has simply stepped out of sight. And as this chapter closes, a new curiosity begins to form, drifting gently toward you like sleep itself. If antimatter once stood everywhere beside matter, where did it all go, and what traces of it still quietly surround you? You imagine antimatter as a perfect reflection, a cosmic mirror that touches matter only once. Each meeting ends in light, warmth, and disappearance, a gentle undoing of form. Through slow, soothing images, you learn how symmetry shapes nature, and how it quietly breaks. The universe reveals that balance is beautiful, but imbalance is what allows stories to continue. As you settle deeper, a question lingers. Where did all the mirrors go? Now you drift onward. You imagine antimatter not as something violent or frightening, but as something delicate, a reflection, like the image of your face on still water. It looks real, complete, familiar, yet it cannot be touched without vanishing. Antimatter is matter's mirror, identical in every way except one quiet reversal, a flipped charge, a subtle opposite. In the early universe, these mirrors are everywhere. Matter moves and antimatter moves with it, step for step, breath for breath. Every particle knows its reflection exists. Every creation is instantly matched. It is symmetry in its purest form, a universe trying very hard to be fair. You picture the symmetry as a vast cosmic dance floor. Particles glide through heat and density, endlessly meeting their twins. When matter and antimatter touch, they do not collide like rocks. They embrace, and in that embrace, they transform completely into light. Energy flows outward, soft and bright, like a sigh released into space. Nothing is left behind. This is annihilation, but it is not cruel. It is efficient, peaceful, almost beautiful. Form dissolves into radiance. Identity becomes warmth. It happens again and again, everywhere, until the universe itself seems made of vanishing. You let that image slow your thoughts. A universe where everything is mirrored and everything cancels. A place where perfection leaves no trace. Symmetry is comforting. Humans love it. Faces feel more beautiful when balanced. Music feels complete when patterns repeat. Nature itself often begins with symmetry, as if order is the universe's first language. Snowflakes, crystals, spirals, they all whisper the same idea. Balance feels right, and yet, symmetry has a quiet weakness. When everything is perfectly balanced, nothing new can remain. As the universe cools and expands, physicists expect symmetry to rule completely. Matter and antimatter should behave exactly the same. Their laws should mirror each other perfectly. But when scientists observe the universe carefully, they notice something strange. Tiny betrayal. Certain particles decay just a little differently than their mirror versions. The universe does not treat matter and antimatter with perfect fairness. It favors matter not strongly, not dramatically, but consistently enough to matter. This favoritism is subtle. So subtle that for decades it hides in equations and experiments, barely visible. But its consequences are enormous. It means that symmetry, though beautiful, is not absolute. You imagine symmetry as a perfectly calm lake. A single pebble drops, the surface breaks, ripples form. The lake is no longer perfect, but now it is alive with motion. The mirror world begins to fade. As matter and antimatter annihilate each other, the slight excess of matter remains. Antimatter, once everywhere, becomes rare. It disappears not because it loses a battle, but because the universe gently stops making enough of it. Where did all the mirrors go? Some vanish into light in the early moments. Others flicker briefly in high-energy events, in cosmic rays, in particle accelerators, in flashes far above Earth's atmosphere. Even now, tiny amounts of antimatter appear and disappear around you without notice, like reflections blinking in and out of existence. You are bathed in these silent reminders. They pass through your body, harmless and fleeting, leaving no memory behind. Scientists build machines to recreate these mirrors, carefully, patiently. In laboratories, they bring matter and antimatter together for a moment, watching the same ancient transformation occur. Light blooms, energy escapes, the universe repeats a very old habit. And still, antimatter refuses to stay, cannot form worlds, cannot gather into stars, cannot build a body for you to rest inside tonight. It is too perfectly opposite, too eager to return to light. You sense the tenderness in this idea. Antimatter is not evil or dangerous by nature. It simply belongs to a universe that almost existed, a version of reality that chose balance over memory. As you breathe slowly, you realize something profound. Your existence is not the result of perfect design. It is the result of imperfection, a flaw so small it feels accidental. The universe breaks its own mirror just enough to allow stories, experiences, and nights like this one. Symmetry gives laws. Asymmetry gives life. This truth repeats quietly across nature. Your heart is not perfectly symmetrical. Your brain favors one side. Even your thoughts lean, wander, drift unevenly. And because of this, you grow, learn, and feel. The mirror world fades not with violence, but with grace. It steps back so that something else can step forward. As this chapter settles, you feel the presence of what is gone just as strongly as what remains. Antimatter lingers like a memory the universe chooses not to keep, but cannot fully forget. And as sleep pulls you deeper, another gentle question rises. If the universe once broke its perfect symmetry to save matter, what other quiet, rule-breaking moments shaped everything you are about to dream about? You feel the universe hesitate, favoring matter just slightly, like a hand leaning toward survival. This tiny preference becomes galaxies, stars, and the breath moving through your chest. Physics unfolds not as equations, but as patience, laws bending just enough to let you exist. The idea of violation becomes tender here, a necessary softness in rigid symmetry. The night grows quieter as you wonder what chose you over nothingness. Before the journey continues, you pause once more in warmth and gratitude. You thank the members of the Lurix channel quietly, sincerely. You are here together in this shared stillness, choosing curiosity without urgency, choosing rest without emptiness. Your presence allows these gentle questions to exist. Your listening becomes part of the story itself. Now you return to the early universe, but not to its chaos. You arrive at a calmer moment, when the greatest storm has already passed. Matter and antimatter have mostly met, mostly vanished, mostly turned themselves into light. What remains is subtle, sparse, fragile, and yet enough. You sense the universe pausing here, not stopping but leaning, as if reality itself hesitates and decides, ever so slightly, to continue. This decision is not conscious, not planned. It is written into the deepest rules of nature. And still, it feels personal, because everything that follows depends on it. In physics, there is an expectation of symmetry, a hope that the universe treats opposites equally, left and right, past and future, matter and antimatter. Symmetry feels like fairness, like balance, like calm order, but the universe, you learn, is not perfectly symmetrical. It almost is, almost everywhere, almost always, but not completely. In certain interactions, deep within the behavior of tiny particles, the rules bend. Matter behaves just a little differently than antimatter. Not enough to notice in daily life. Not enough to feel dramatic. Just enough to matter. Scientists call this a violation, a breaking of symmetry. The word sounds harsh, like a crime against nature. But as you rest with it, it feels softer, like a necessary flaw, like the slight asymmetry in a human face that makes it recognizable and alive. You imagine two hourglasses placed side by side, meant to drain at the same rate. But one loses a single grain more slowly. Over time, that difference grows. Not quickly, not loudly, but inevitably. That is how matter survives. This tiny preference means that when matter and antimatter meet, matter is just a little more likely to remain. Over countless interactions, across unfathomable distances and moments, those small survivals accumulate. And accumulation is everything. The leftover matter begins to gather. Gravity, quiet and patient, starts its long work, pulls gently, never rushing, never forcing. Clouds of particles drift together, whispering into denser shapes. Hydrogen forms. Helium follows. The simplest elements take their places. You feel a settle over you, not sharp or overwhelming, but warm and steady. These early structures are the ancestors of everything familiar. They are the first notes in a song that will one day become oceans, forests, cities, and thoughts. Stars ignite when matter grows dense enough to light itself from within. Fusion begins, a steady burning that turns mass into energy, warmth into light. These stars live long lives, some brief, some ancient, all generous. They create heavier elements in their cores. Carbon, oxygen, iron, the materials of bones and breath. All of this traces back to that gentle betrayal of symmetry. You breathe in slowly, and the air filling your lungs feels different now. You recognize it as ancient, earned, unlikely. Each atom in your body survives a cosmic trial that nearly erased everything. Physics, in this light, feels less like cold law and more like mercy. The rules are firm, yes, but not rigid. They allow just enough flexibility for complexity to arise, just enough softness for stories to form. You realize that perfection might have been empty. A universe of perfect balance would be smooth, silent, and lifeless. It is the imbalance, the tilt, that allows motion, change, and memory. As the universe ages, this preference for matter becomes invisible. It hides beneath layers of structure and time. Galaxies spin, planets cool. Life begins without knowing the reason it can. You rest in the thought that existence is not guaranteed by strength, but by subtlety. Not by dominance, but by patience. And still, questions remain. Why does the universe break symmetry at all? Why does matter receive this quiet favor? Experiments offer clues. Observations hint at deeper rules yet unseen. But no final answer settles into place. That uncertainty does not disturb the calm. Instead, it deepens it. Because it means the universe is not finished explaining itself. As your awareness softens, you sense that antimatter has not been erased completely. The story is unfinished. It lingers in rare interactions, in high-energy events, in traces that flicker and fade before they can be held. And as this chapter gently closes, a new curiosity drifts closer, like sleep approaching from the edges of thought. If antimatter once stood beside matter everywhere, where does it hide now, and how close is it, even in this quiet moment? Thank the members of the Lurix channel warmly. Your curiosity, your attention, your willingness to breathe slowly with the universe. It all matters. By joining this gentle exploration, you become part of a rhythm older than time itself, a witness to the delicate dance of matter and its mirrored opposite. You settle back, letting your mind float lightly above the everyday world. Around you, the present feels vast yet intimate, like a calm lake at dawn. Within this quiet, you remember the story of antimatter, the shadow of matter that once balanced the cosmos. Though most of it vanished long ago, small hints linger still. They flicker briefly in the rarest particles, in high-energy cosmic rays, and in the laboratories where humans gently coax tiny mirrors into existence. Imagine a particle of antimatter drifting quietly through the air, unseen, almost like a tiny secret shared only with the universe. Each interaction is fleeting. It meets its matter twin, releasing light, warmth, energy, then fading. This is not destruction, but transformation. A soft reminder that the universe is never entirely predictable, never entirely safe, but always profoundly beautiful. You feel a quiet awe for these near-miraculous events, understanding that your own being is the product of countless such gentle imbalances. These traces of antimatter become more than physics. They are poetry written into reality. They remind you of how precarious life can be, yet how persistent, like a fragile melody barely audible in the distance. These interactions shape everything without clamor. The universe once flirted with nothingness and yet chose existence. And now you, resting here, are part of that choice. You feel a rhythm in this thought, a soothing cadence. For every particle of matter you encounter in your body, there was once a partner that could have erased it. The hand that tipped the scale, even ever so slightly, allowed the atoms in your bones, your blood, your mind to persist. You are connected to the cosmos in ways you can sense but not entirely see. Each breath mirrors the persistence of existence itself. The laboratories where scientists carefully generate antimatter become gentle playgrounds for curiosity. These tiny creations last for only fractions of a second, but within that time, they speak silently about balance and imbalance, about symmetry and its gentle violation. You imagine the soft hum of machines, the glow of detectors, the patience and care that human hands bring to coaxing these fleeting mirrors into being. It is a quiet reflection of the universe's own patient unfolding. Above you, cosmic rays continue their silent journey. Some carry traces of antimatter, streaking through the sky like faint, silver ribbons. You imagine them falling softly through the atmosphere, unnoticed by most, yet their paths are written in the cosmos. Each moment of interaction, each tiny flash, is a whisper of how delicately everything persists. You feel wrapped in this invisible rain, embraced by the cosmos' quiet generosity. Even the light around you becomes a meditation. Every photon is a messenger from long ago, some originating from events where antimatter once danced with matter. These glimmers carry stories of balance, disruption, and gentle preference. You feel them brushing past you as you breathe, tiny tendrils of history and science, connecting your present to the ancient past. They are reminders that the universe is alive in ways both visible and hidden. The idea of imbalance, once threatening, now comforts you. Imperfection, you realize, is the very thing that allows stars to burn and life to form. It is in the slight preference for matter over antimatter, the minuscule difference that ensured your existence. You sense the enormity of this fact, yet it is presented to you not with weight, but with tenderness. The universe leans toward life, gently, patiently, almost imperceptibly. As your mind follows these thoughts, you feel the calm rhythm of existence synchronizing with your own heartbeat. Each pulse is a subtle echo of the cosmic dance, a soft reminder of how improbable and miraculous the present is. The universe once teetered at the edge of nothingness, and now you lie here, part of the story it chose to continue. Every quiet moment, every subtle imbalance, has woven itself into the fabric of your being. You let yourself drift further, imagining the tiny remnants of antimatter that still exist in distant corners of space, in high-energy particles moving at nearly the speed of light. They are reminders that even in disappearance, presence lingers. Even in loss, possibility remains. Their fleeting existence becomes a meditation on persistence, a soft lullaby that accompanies you towards sleep. The cosmos continues its slow expansion, stretching space and time alike. Galaxies swirl, stars ignite and fade, yet the gentle principle of asymmetry endures. Matter remains, antimatter retreats, and you exist within this careful balance. Each atom in your body is testimony to the quiet, persistent choice of reality, a choice that favors continuity over erasure, persistence over silence. As you settle into the stillness of your own body, you notice how closely your breath mirrors the universe's own rhythms. Inhale, space expands. Exhale, energy flows. You become aware that you are not separate from this grand unfolding. You are a continuation, a gentle echo of cosmic patience and tender law-breaking. The universe's subtle preferences resonate within you, shaping the contours of your mind, the warmth of your chest, the calm of your heart. Sleep drifts closer with each thought, and you let it arrive without haste. You imagine the tiniest particles of antimatter, existing only briefly, reminding you that existence itself is a gentle defiance of nothingness. They flicker, fade, and return elsewhere, like stars that blink only for a moment before continuing their journey. There is comfort in knowing that what is fleeting is also meaningful, that impermanence carries its own quiet purpose. In these final moments before sleep carries you fully, you reflect on the improbability of your own presence. The universe once nearly erased itself, yet it allowed matter to persist, galaxies to form, and life to emerge. You feel gratitude and wonder, quietly entwined, for this fragile, persistent existence. And as your eyelids grow heavy, a soft question drifts alongside you, unhurried and patient. What other gentle imbalances, unseen and fleeting, continue to shape the world around you, keeping the dance of existence alive and tender?